Okay, let's move ahead. Yesterday we were there into one question, and over there the number of periods were supposed to be found from a question. And I had given you one task to all the students that if you can solve it, then it would be better, but I need to see that how many of you have done it. Has anyone got any answer here? The third question which I had given you for the homework yesterday. Anyone? Has anyone tried it? No one? Okay, tried but didn't get the answer. Fine, no worries. Let's move ahead. Okay, so we are supposed to guide Mr. Burfi to find the number of years for which the annuity of 1,500 rupees payable at the end of the each year accumulates to 30,000 rupees. So basically it asks you that if you invest 1,500 at the end of the each year, my friend, then in how many number of the years your money will be 30,000 rupees? And the biggest problem here is the expected rate of return is also not given. Okay, so what can we do about this? Is the rate of expected given to us? Not given. Okay, let me just put over there one more thing. The rate of expectation is given to us in the question. I'm sorry, I forgot to put it over there. The rate will be 9%. You could have assumed any rate. Okay, the number of periods are supposed to be found now. So it's an annuity ordinary, right? So let me just write the formula of it first of all. So starting it from here, let me just take it somewhere in an empty space. The biggest problem I have here in this, is that there is a space management issue here, because this entire worksheet is already been too much loaded. So I need to take somewhere on empty cells. Okay, let me paste it over here. Okay, so everyone is able to read this question now. Rate is 9% per annum. The FV of ordinary annuity equal to I in bracket 1 plus R raised to N. Then we have got -1 to be divided by R, and the entire bracket needs to be closed. Now, number of periods are supposed to be found, which is there somewhere in a power. So again, some bit of a mathematics we'll have to do there. The future value, my friend, after this many number of years is going to be 30,000, which is again given to us. So 30,000 I am writing, sign of therefore equal to installment amount of I, which is 1500 given to us, opening the bracket. 1 plus R is again 9% given to us 0.09. Now installments are paid on yearly basis only, so no need to do the adjustment of the number of periods as well as the R. R is per annum 9%, and we have taken 9% only to be divided by 0.09 again. So my friend, now we'll be solving this question. In raised to we have n over here. Therefore, whatever I have got in this numbers, I'll be taking those numbers to the left hand side. So 30,000 is anywhere there. Now something is there in a multiplication, so it will come to the division, right? So 1500 will come into division if I take it from right hand side to left hand side. Similarly, 0.09 is there in a denomination, so it will come to the numerator multiplication. So I'm multiplying that with 0.09, so equal to 1.09 n minus 1. So may I have the answer of this first of all? What is the answer of this left hand side you are getting? Anyone, please unmute yourself and let me know.
1.8, sir.
2.8. Okay. So 2.8 equal to 1.09 raised to n minus 1. Sir, minus 1 is there on the right hand side. You can take it to the left hand side. So it becomes the plus 1. So therefore 2.8 plus 1 equal to,
Sir, it's 1.8.
Sir, 1.8.
okay, 1.8. Okay, fine, no worries. 1.8 plus 1 equal to 1.09 raised to n. So if you add 1 over there, so my friend, you get 2.8 now. Anyway, 2.8 was about to be reached. Okay, 1.09 raised to n. Now we are mathematically stuck. How to find this power? तो सर हम जब रोते हैं तब मम्मी पे कैसे जाते हैं, तो वैसे ही जब न्यूमेरिकली स्टक होते हैं तो मैथमेटिक्स की मम्मी के पास जाते हैं. And the mummy of mathematics is the logarithms. Let's take the log on both the sides. Taking log on both sides. So log of 2.8 equal to whatever is there in a power will come into the multiplication if we take the log of it. That was the first rule I had explained you yesterday, right? So n multiplied by a log of 1.09. So my friend, I can also write it like therefore log of 2.8 to be divided by log of 1.09 equal to n. And some people would be like so shane, they would be just squaring of this log को उड़ा देते हैं. 2.8 divided by 1.0. Oh मेरे भाई ऐसा नहीं होता. Log is there with some calculation, so we need to find the log of 2.8. log को उड़ा के 2.8 divided by 1.09. Okay, let's move ahead. So log of 2.8 to be found by using the log table. Let me open the log table. I had shared the log table with you yesterday. Just 30 seconds, please. Please excuse me. Okay. The battery is low as well. Give me 30 seconds more, please. Okay, so my battery is low and you know, is my voice audible? Is my screen visible? These are the day-to-day normal dialogues now for us. Okay, so log of 2.8, we'll go to the log table. Many of us have already found it. Very good. Nice to see that. So we'll go to the 28 straight away. So my friend, in 28, I'm going, which is 4472. 4472. I'll go to the value of 0 because after 28 there is 0, right? Now wherever that's the decimal is, that we are ignoring for the time being. So 28 0 ka value and the min difference value fourth digit is anyway not given to us, so we are not finding any min difference as well. So that's straight away going to be 4472. Similarly, we'll be finding the log of 10 in the table of 9, and that would be a denominator. Where to put the decimal, that we'll see later on. Okay, let's move ahead. 10, go over there, 10 and 9. So in 10, 9 comes over here, that is 0374, right? So 0374 equal to n. Now before point, how many digits are there? Before point there is one digit. I'm not speaking about the number. I'm using the words very carefully. I'm talking about the digit, whether it is 1 to 9, whatever the number it is. It's called one digit. So before point there is one digit. You reduce 1 from the one digit. So my friend, your answer should start with the 0 digit, point 0. So 0.4472, 0.0374 equal to n. So these are my number of periods. How many we have got? Some people have already got it. 11.94, 11.95, Mr. Maharshi. Miss Darshita has got 12, so approximately 12 would be the answer. Is everyone getting the same, please? May I have the confirmation from all the students?
Yes, sir.
Really nice. Good to see. Let's move ahead. Go to the next question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have taken rate of interest at the rate 10% and I am also getting the same answer. So is it valid?
See, you should not approximate it. Take it, in this case 11.95 has been received. That is the right answer we have got. So I guess in a point you would be getting slightly different, Miss Urja.
Yes, sir. I am getting 11.52.
True. So that's only the half year of the 12th year, right? And when I put 95, that means entire 12th year is calculated. So that's too much of difference between the two. You may write it up to 4 digits after point, so that the examiner will be able to get it correctly. So I'm not writing 12 here. I'm just putting it 11.95 only.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's move ahead. Then you can further convert it into months. So say if you have got 11.95 years, then 11 years is pretty much easy to be understood. But what do we mean by 0.95 years? So in a 1 year, we have got 12 months, right? So in 1 year, you have got 12 months. So 0.95 year would be equal to how many months? So 0.95 multiplied by 12 divided by 1, the cross multiplication. So 12 multiplied by 0.95 divided by 1. So you get something. So that would be number of months. So if you get further a fraction, you may convert that fraction again into number of days. Then some people will be like days में से seconds में जाएंगे, microseconds में जाएंगे, तो that will go on and on. So let's limit it up to number of days, right? So you may do it again just for the better clarity and understanding. Okay, let's go to the question number 2 and question number 1 over here in the PV FV of deferred annuity. You may take the snap of it again. I'm just keeping it open for you. Please take a snap of it so that you won't have to refer it from a screen again and again, my fellas and fellies. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so Mr. Dhoni will start investing 1 crores at the end of every 6 months, starting from the end of the 5th year at 15% per annum expected rate. What fund he will have after 12 years? Now, after the retirement, Mr. Dhoni wants to invest something, but right now he do not want too much. He do not have too much of money. He will start investing at the end of the 5th year. Now, whatever the case would be of Mr. Dhoni, we are not aware about it, but he would start investing at the end of the 5th year. And he has the clear-cut expectations of 15% per annum rate. Now, what we are supposed to find is after 12 years, what will be the future value he would have in the fund. Now, my friend, this is how the timeline is looking like. There are 12 years completing over here. And here as well, we have got the 0 year. 12 years, we are supposed to find the future value. We are supposed to find the future value at the end of the 12th year. Now, my friend, this investment is made at the end of every 6 month. So the annuity frequency is the 6 month, right? So say the year number 1 is getting over here. So year number 1 would be having 2 parts. One part would be the end of the first 6 month. Another part would be the end of the second 6 month. Similarly, year number 2 would have been elapsed. So I am going to the year number 5 over here. Say the year number 5 is getting elapsed over here. And between year 4 and year 5, there are 2 further installments, 6 monthly installments. Now that fellow, Mr. Dhoni, is anyway going to invest something over here at the end of the 5th year, and that's gonna be 1 crore. So my friend, how many total number of investments he will be making? First of all, he would be making it for this many number of years. Once these 5 years are completed, how many more years are pending to be completed? 7 years. And in 7 years you have 2 semi-annual periods, so I'm just multiplying that by 2, so 14 periods Mr. Dhoni will invest, and one more period which is at the end of the 5th year, so I'm taking that one as well. So total 15 periods Mr. Dhoni is investing. Now where the people get confused, the students get confused that they just calculate only for the 14 periods. No, my friend, it's an ordinary annuity. You take a period, the period is 6 months, right? So the second 6 month of the 5th year is anyway taken into calculation of the ordinary annuity formula. So you should also take into account that period too. Please do not forget to take the second part of the 5th year. In the second part of the 5th year, Mr. Dhoni is again investing 1 crore. Whether it is at the beginning or at the end, that does not matter. If it is at the beginning, then we would take the formula of annuity due, and if it is at the end, we would take the formula of the ordinary annuity. But he is investing. You cannot ignore that period. So total number of periods are going to be 15, and that's where, my friend, everyone is making the mistake. You take 14 over there. No. At the end of the 5th year, the second part of the 5th year, he is also investing. Please read the question properly. At the end of every 6 months, starting from the end of 5th year. He did not say that starting from the first 6 month of the 6th year. He said clearly that from the end of the 5th year. So in the 5th year, we are into a second 6 months. And in second 6 months, he is making the investments. Now, whatever the time that has been elapsed over here, this will not be calculated, because you get the interest only after you start investing. So you get the interest anyway for the 15 number of periods only. As simple as that. So it's an ordinary immediate annuity. You will be calculating the immediate annuity formula, and number of periods would be taken 15. As simple as that. Because for whatever the numbers which are anyway elapsed, you are starting it after 5 years or 6 years or 7 years, whatever the case it would be. But you will be getting only the interest only for the period you are starting the investment. As simple as that. So whatever the deferment period is there, you will be ignoring. So please put it in the back of your mind when you are finding the FV of the deferred annuity, then the deferment period is totally ignored. You take into account only the investment period. Okay, so let me just use the formula of FV equal to I in bracket 1 plus R raised to N minus 1 to be divided by R. I is the amount of installments he is making, 1 crore of rupees. Then in bracket 1 plus R, R is going to be 15% divided by 2, because 15% is per annum, and in 1 annum we have got 2 semi-annual periods. So for each 6 months, there would be 7.5% of interest rate. So I'm writing 0.075 in decimal. That's nothing but 7.5% only. And N would be taken as 15, and here is where the people are making the mistake. You may put the star mark over there. Minus 1 to be divided by R, that is 0.075. So my friend, let me simplify this further. 0 में मिंडे में गलती नहीं करनी है, अदरवाइज हमें मिंडा आ सकता है. 1.075 raised to 15 minus 1 divided by 0.075. So we'll be assuming that as an x. तो वो वहां पे नहीं रहा. नहीं रहा, इसीलिए तो वो x है. So let x equal to 1.075 raised to 15. You may take the log as well, or you may, my friend, just simply calculate it. No need to take the log as well, right? So if you are lethargic, you are too much alsi like me to calculate it for 15 number of times, you may do the katke of it. 1.075 raised to 5 multiplied by 1.075 raised to 5 multiplied by 1.075 raised to 5. So whatever the value you get, reduce -1 from there. एक को भूलना नहीं है, और एक को भूल जाओगे तो उसमें तेरा घाटा, मेरा कुछ नहीं जाता. Let's move ahead, giving you 2 minutes uninterrupted, and give me the final answer, please. Give me the final answer, please, everyone. Giving you 1 minute uninterrupted, because now there is just a few basic algebraic calculations to be done. I can rely on you. Okay, Mr. Maharshi has got 26 crores 11 lakhs 83,647. Others may verify this answer, please. That does not mean that I do not have trust on Mr. Maharshi, but just for the sake of clarity. Okay, Miss Urja has also got the same, and Mr. Neve too. Good. So going with the majority, everyone is going the same answer. 26 crores 11 lakhs 83,647. So if you are the financial advisor of Mr. Dhoni, you should tell him that after 12 years, Mr. Dhoni, you would be left with 26 crores 11 lakhs 83,647. Okay, let's go to the question number 1 now. I have taken the question number 2 earlier and then question number 1 now. क्योंकि 2 को दुख लग जाएगा ना, क्योंकि मेरी बारी तो हर बार सेकंड ही आती है, फर्स्ट ही हर बार फर्स्ट होता है. तो हमने फर्स्ट को इस बार सेकंड ले लिया. Let's go to the question number 1 now. At 6 months interval, Mr. Don deposits 10,000 in a savings bank account from whatever the narcotics and the business of drugs and charas and ganja he is earning from the Europe. He wants to invest 10,000 in a savings bank account in every 6 months. Again, the 6 month is the frequency, which credits the interest at the rate of 8% per annum compounded semi-annually. Obviously, because Mr. Don is depositing his income on a 6 monthly basis. The first deposit was made when A's son, now this is not A, it's Don, right? Let me change the name of A to Don. The first deposit was made when Don's son, Chota Don, was 6-year-old, and the last deposit was made when his son was 21 years old. The money remained in her account. Some people like, why you are changing the gender of him? Okay, let me convert this her to his. Was made when his son was 21 years old. The money remained in his account and was presented to his son on 25th birthday. How much did Chota Don receive? Try to understand this question. I'm keeping it open for everyone. Let's see that how the timeline is looking like, so that we'll be able to understand in a better way. ये एक बार मार्किंग हो जाता है ना, वो बोर्ड में क्या होता है कि आप उसको इरेज कर सकते हो. यहाँ पे इरेज करना बहुत ही माथाकुट वाली चीज है. तो मैं एक काम करता हूं, इसको कॉपी करके कहीं और जगह पे ले लेता हूं. मीनवाइल यू मे जस्ट रीड द क्वेश्चन, हाँ, एंड इफ यू कैन सॉल्व इट, यू मे स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग इट एज वेल. और ये देखो इनको भाई साहब को इतना जूम करने में देने में मैंने जितने रिजोल्यूशन से खींचा है उतनी रिजोल्यूशन से मुझे पेस्ट करना चाहिए ना, लेकिन ये कितने पे देता है देखो मेरे को। मजा आता है हमें परेशान करने में, इन लोगों को एक्सेल वालों को मजा आता है। ओके नाउ इट्स विजिबल। Good. So my friend, this is how the timeline is looking like. See, try to understand that. Here is Mr. Don. He wants to know that what will be the future value at 25th birthday of Chota Don. So at the end of the 25th year, right? Here we want to got the value. Now, the investment is not starting today. The investment will begin at the end of the 6th year when the son would be 6 years old. So investment will start at the beginning of the 6th year. So say the 6th year are getting elapsed over here. So from here the investment is starting, starting the annuity. Then one more thing is there. Here the 21st year are getting elapsed. 21 year. After which Mr. Don is anyway not going to invest anything into the fund, but that money will remain in that fund for further 4 years. So this is the period where money will remain over there in the fund, and obviously you are not doing it voluntary seva for that, right? You will be charging the interest. If your fund has been there, you will be taking the interest for that. So it's not a voluntary seva from you, service from you. You'll get the interest. But you got to understand that where the annuity is starting and where the annuity is getting completed. So this is the period in which the annuity is applicable. Now this annuity first deposit was made when Don's son Chota Don was 6 years old. So that means at the end of the 6th year we're making the deposit, right? So between 5th and 6th year, my friend, there are 2 semi-annual installments. So this semi-annual installment, that is the second period of the 5th year, is done. So there is one installment done over there at the end of the 6th year. Then 7 is there, 8 is there, and up to 21 we are calculating. So how many number of years are remaining between this period? You may just let me know.
15.
21st. Very true. 15. Sir, 15 multiplied by 2 because we are making the investments on a 6-monthly basis, right? So 30 periods are there. So 30 that, and 1 we have done over there at the end of the 6th year as well. So in total, there are 31 periods for which we are making the installment as an investment. After which we'll get some value over here at the end of the 20. We'll see what to do with the FV of the 21st year. We'll see that later on. But now you have understood that's again a deferred annuity. Now whatever the delayed annuity is there, deferment period, that period will be ignored. Let that period go into fear of missing out FOMO zone. उसको बिल्कुल भी भाव मत दो, उसको जाओ तुम जाओ जहन्नुम में, इसको इग्नोर करो. So we'll be calculating only the period of 31 periods. Please go to the FV or at 21st year. So that's the annuity I in bracket 1 plus R raised to N minus 1 divided by R, ordinary in nature because we are making the investment at the end of the 5th year. So the last period of the 5th year is also taken into account, my friend. So it's an ordinary.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you can explain that additional.
Which additional?
Sir, 30 I got it. That additional one I am not getting it yet.
Okay. At the end of the 6th year, my friend, you are investing one thing, right? One amount. So from where the deposits are starting, read the third question again, third line again. The first deposit was made when Don's son Chota Don was 6 years old. So in the end of the 6th year, there is a second 6-month period.
So, sir, it will be like ending of the fifth year, na, and beginning of the sixth year.
Uh, you may take it as a 5th year. Then what will happen? You know that let's go with the completed year terminology. Otherwise, people will get confused. अपन एक काम करते हैं उसको 6th year ही कहते हैं, 5th year नहीं कहते हैं. Let's go to the terminology of the completed years. Otherwise, students will get confused. You know, so in the 6th year, the second part of the 6th year, you are making the installment. Now, after 6 years, once the 6 years are over, there are remaining years to be completed at the age of 21. So once 6 years are over and 21 are completed, so 21 are completed, 6 are completed, so remaining 15 are there. So 15 multiplied by 2, so 30 are there. So from the 7th year onwards, my friend, you are making the installments. So 7th year you are making for 2 times, 8th year you are making for 2 times. So those 30 installments are anyway calculated. But at the end of the 6th year as well, you had done one installment. No, so that should also be calculated. So we are taking 31 in total. Are you getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that's why I'm taking 31. So installment amount is 10,000. And I don't know where this don would be staying. You know, कहाँ का don होगा? नाला सोपारा का don होगा. 10,000 रुपए कहाँ का don invest करता है? 1 plus R. R will be divided by 2 because we have got the semi-annual rate. So 8 must be divided by 2, 4%. So just writing 0.04 to be multiplied by n, to be there in a power with n. So 31 as an n, minus 1 over there, divided by r, 0.04 again. So this is the future value you will get at the end of the 21st year. So my friend, you will be calculating this, simplifying this further. Keeping it open. Now I'm not calculating this. I'm relying on your answers now. Let me give the answer of the FV at the 21st year. How many have got it? Mr. Maharshi has got it again. Mr. Maharshi is quite fast. I must appreciate him. Others also would have done it. Others may just cross verify this, please. Five lakh 93,283. That is FV at 21st year. I hope everyone would have got it. Okay. Sir, why take the interest of 4%? Because 8% is the per annum interest, Miss Darshita. 8% is the per annum interest to be divided by 2 because we are into a 6 monthly installment payments. Mr. Don is depositing the amount on 6 monthly basis. That's why the interest to be calculated on a 6 monthly basis. Is it clear? Okay, good. Now let's go to the timeline again. I'm changing my color, pen color, the color of my Brahmastra. This is my Brahmastra. Now this is the period for which you will again get the interest. You have got the FVO at the end of the 21st year. This is the amount you have got, 5.93 lakhs, right? Then you will keep it invested for further 4 years, right? You will get the interest for that too. But now onwards, it is not an annuity. You are not investing any amount further, but it would be a single cash flow transaction treated. So now it is just the single cash flow. The money you have deposited somewhere in a fund, and it will keep on fetching some interest at 4% compounded semi-annually. As simple as that. So it's a single cash flow now converted. So 5.93 lakhs is there in your account at the end of the 21st year. That money will remain in that account and it will further get the interest for 4 more years. So now I am finding the FV at 25th year equal to the FV at 21st year multiplied by 1 plus r raised to n. because the single cash flow transaction formula we have seen is the PV multiplied by 1 plus R raised to n. But here in this case, instead of PV, we have got the FV at the 21st year. And it will get the interest for 4 more years, right? So 1 plus R raised to n, which is my compounding factor. Now that becomes the question of the single cash flow. So you are depositing something at the end of the 21st year. I hope that's pretty much clear to everyone now. Okay, so I'm just writing 593 283 multiplied by 1 plus R stands 0.04 again, and n would be 8. Why? Because remaining 4 years are pending to be completed. 22nd, 23rd, 24th and 25th. We are using the terminology of the completed years right now. So 8 periods are there for which you will get the interest. As simple as that. So 593 283 multiplied by 1.04 raised to 8. Please give me the final answer. So that will be the FV at 25th year. What is the answer we have got? May I have the answer from the students, please? I hope everyone would have got this question. It was slightly little tricky, but once you get the timeline of it, then it becomes very easy to be understood. Final answer from the students, please. Mr. Neev is also extremely proactive. I must appreciate him as well. 811948. Okay, so at the 25th year of Mr. Chota Don, he would have the amount of 8,11,948. Only the problem was to understand this timeline properly. There was an annuity in this period. This is the annuity period. And after that, it gets converted into a single cash flow. So whatever the future value you will get at the end of the 21st year will again get the interest till the end of the 25th year. As simple as that. And whatever the deferment period is there in which we are not investing anything, that will be straight away sent to the fear of missing out zone, FOMO zone. Let's ignore that. रोने दो उसको, भूलना की जाना मैं कौन, भूल ही जाना तेरे को. Is it clear? May I have the confirmation that you have got it, everyone? Mr. Jossam has got, Mr. Andrew has got it. Really nice. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Rishiraj
Yes, sir.
too. Good. So that's the future value of the deferred annuity. Now the future value of the differential cash flows is pending to be done, and the continuous compounding annuity is also pending to be done. So in the next session, we'll be completing the future value entirely. And then we'll move to the present value. The formula chart will be sent to you today only in your Google Classroom, so that you will be able to see each and every formula of FV and PV over there. Okay, that's it from my side. If you have any queries or question, you can let me know, else you may disperse from this class. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. That's it from my side. Bye-bye, take care, sayonara, enjoy the rest of the day. See you all in the next session.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, could you please give your yesterday and today's class lecture link?
Okay, you can send me your email ID in person. I'll send it to you. I'll give you the view access today itself, because downloading and uploading will take some time from my side today, because I'm right now at the remote place where the internet connectivity is not quite fast. So I guess in a next week to come, I would be able to upload the lectures. So in case anyone would require this lectures, I would give you directly the view access from my Google Drive. So in person in my WhatsApp, you may just ping me your Marwadi MU email ID. I'll give the view access to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.